I've tested all kinds of places to build a farm in Scrap Mechanic Survival, from plateaus to peninsulas to islands just off the coast, but today I found a spot that I never expected to work. I'm MediocreMilton, and in this video I'm going to show you what happened when I planted a farm on a remote rocky island in the middle of the ocean. If you do end up finding this video helpful, click the like button and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Also, I do stream over on Twitch, where we've been playing the multiplayer survival world the last few weeks. Link for that is in the description below, as is a link to my Patreon if you want to support the channel further. Let's get started. So right here we have my boat, and off in the very far distance over there, you're going to see some islands. Now from here, it kind of looks like they might have some trees on them, but when I actually got over to them, there was really not much but rocks. However, what I did discover was I was actually able to plant a farm on one of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to head out there really quickly. I'm going to show you how far offshore this is, by the way. I haven't driven the boat in a while, so we got to get used to it. So as you can see, it looks like they might be a little bit green, but really they're mostly just rocks. And what I found was there was enough dirt spots where I was actually able to plant. So when I get to these rocks out here, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about, because some of the rocks you can't plant on, but there were actually rocks out here that you could plant on. Okay, we finally made it out here. It took about, what was that? It was about a minute drive, maybe longer, in the boat. So what you'll notice is there's plenty of rocks out in the water that kind of look like this, where they're just rock, but if you can find one that happens to have dirt on it, it's not completely rocky, you can actually place some dirt. So as you can see, I was able to put some of these plots down. Let's see if we can put some more. I wanted to kind of plant as many crops out here as I could, just to see how big of a raid we actually get. I think I have like 20 seeds, so that is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20... Yeah, we have 20 seeds. I don't even think I have a bucket, but it doesn't really matter. As long as they're planted, it'll trigger a raid. Do we have any more seeds? No, that's all the seeds we have. So as you can see, we're pretty far off the coast, and I was able to set this up. Now, of course, this is not very convenient to plant out here because you're going to need a boat, probably with thrusters, to get out here. You could use the tote boat that I made, but that would probably take quite a while to get out here. So as you can see, it has a raid timer. Now, what we would expect would be for there to be bots somewhere nearby. So normally, if you plant just off the coast, so let's say that this is the mainland, and I planted on this rock over here. If I could plant on that rock, the bots would spawn over here. But for some reason, because I'm so far away, I don't believe there's going to be any bots spawning that I can actually see. So what's going to happen is when we get closer to the raid timer, I'm going to stay here, and then I'm going to hop in my boat, and I'm going to drive around and see if I actually see any bots spawning, because I did plant 20 blueberries, so there should be quite a few bots spawning. But what I'm expecting to happen is for there to be no bots back here, because they don't spawn on these rocks, they only spawn on land, and as you can see, the coast is very far away in the distance. And what I'm thinking is, because I'm so far out, they're actually not even going to be able to spawn, because they're outside the chunk that I'm supposed to be, that the farm's in. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to skip ahead in the video so you don't have to sit here and wait for 17 minutes. And about like 30 seconds before the raid's going to start, I'm going to start the video back up. And what we're going to do is we're going to probably stand up on top of this rock, just see if anything spawns in. If nothing spawns in, then I'm going to get in my boat and I'm going to drive back to the shore. Because what I want to see is, the last time I did this, I didn't get back to shore in time, so I don't even know if the bots actually spawned. But what I can tell you is I don't expect them to spawn back here unless something happens differently, but we'll find out to see if anything happens. And what this will basically let you do is it'll allow you, if you really want to. Now, I don't normally do stuff like this. I just like to test stuff to see how it works. I wouldn't do this because I enjoy having to fight the bots in the raids, but if you wanted to get really cheesy, you could just do something like this, and if everything goes as expected, I'm probably not going to have any bots be able to get out here, and even the tote bots would swim because it's such a long swim for them. So let's skip ahead real quick and see what happens. Okay, we're back. There's about 25 seconds till the raid. Now, normally when you plant, you're going to expect the bots to spawn when you plant this many crops, but they have to spawn on, from what I believe, is solid ground. So theoretically, if there was another island like this close by, they could spawn on it, but they have to spawn, I'm not sure how many tiles away from the actual plants. So I expect nothing to spawn back here. So we're going to see the clock's going to hit 0. We're going to look around, and we're going to drive in on our boat to see if any have spawned in on there. So there's no bots here on this island, none on this island, nothing spawning over here. I don't see any over there. That's probably too far away to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to head on in there just to see if we can see any in the water. And we have until, I believe it's like 4:30. So we have about 4 minutes to see if we can find any. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive in to the coastline. I'm going to actually stay on here for this whole part because I just want to see if I can see any of them swimming, just to see if they actually spawn in or if this is completely breaking the game and they're actually not even spawning at all. Because like I said, when I tried this before, I only tested it one time. I didn't get into the shoreline fast enough to see if there was any bots there before they would have run away. Because they do run away. I think it's at 4 or 4:30 in the morning. And so far there's nothing. I do not see any. And this is definitely the closest land. There's no land over there. That island over there is way off the coast. So we're heading in a straight line back to the coast to see if there's going to be any bots that have spawned for this raid. And if so, how many? And if they're not, then this is obviously like a flaw in the game. Like that island out there probably shouldn't be able to be planted on. Because I can tell you there's an island up here to the right, and I'll talk about that in a second. Just let's see if there's anything up here. Because I have planted on islands before just to see what would happen. But I just so happened to be driving around this boat the other day just to see it was like out actually in the deep ocean. And I stumbled upon that little rock out there that you could actually build on. So let's go into here. I don't see any bots anywhere. So it almost looks like they didn't even spawn in. Because this is the closest land. Anything beyond that is just water, and then it's the end of the map. So there's no bots here anywhere. No bots anywhere. So basically what it looks like is if you plant on an island that's far enough offshore that you're outside of, I guess it's probably like a chunk away maybe, that the bots don't actually spawn at all for the raid. So if you wanted to get, if you're afraid to maybe plant stuff that's going to cause farm bots or tape bots to spawn, that would be a really easy way to do it. Would be to plant somewhere like that. Of course, you could also plant over on an island like this. It just wouldn't be as safe because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I've planted on an island like this just to test it to see what would happen. And even so, for example, let me get up here real quick. Guy's his legs are a little too short to climb up this steep rock. So for example, if you planted on an island like this, and if you planted right here, the bots would definitely spawn across the water there, and they're probably going to actually spawn down here on the other end of the island. So, and if you plant all the way down here, they're going to spawn up on this end of the island because they spawn so many tiles away from where you planted. Now, if this island's probably way too big to do this, if you had a smaller island like this, like let's say the island was it was only like maybe out to here, like across, and then it was water. If you put crops all the way across it and then covered the rest of the blocks with building blocks or something like that, or anything you can actually place, the bots won't spawn there either. They'll spawn off on the shoreline. And from what I've seen, the hay bots will absolutely not swim across the water to get to your farm. They will just get stuck on the water and stand there. Tote bots will swim across. Farm bots will follow you into the water. I've never actually tested, I'll probably have to do this in the future. I've never tested a raid that will have farm bots or farm bots to see if they will swim across the water. I do know that tape bots will go into the water and shoot. I'm not sure if the tape bots go into the water to get to the crops or they just happen to like go into the water, but they can shoot from in the water because I've seen that happen before on one of the farms I had like a long time ago. But farm bots, I know farm bots will chase you into the water, but I have a sneaking suspicion that they don't really like water, so I would guess that if you planted on an island like that, they would probably end up standing on the shore. I could be wrong. Like I said, that's probably something I'll test at some point in the future. Maybe I'll even do it on that island just to see what happens, because I have plenty of crops. I have plenty of extra seeds. I could just throw down some dirt over there from the huge farm that we have, put the seeds down just to see what would happen. But as you can see, I planted off on that rock all the way over there, and it is about 420 right now, so that would mean that the bots would actually have started running away. So they did not spawn in. I think it was actually, it was this rock. Yeah, I think it was this rock right here. So back there on that rock are the crops. I'm probably going to go destroy them because I didn't water them. I don't need the food anyway. But as you can see, if you plant on a remote rocky island or a remote island that's far enough off the shore, you'll actually not even get a raid because the bots are too far away to get to it. So, because even if, like, let's imagine that a tote bot spawned, there's no way a tote bot could swim all the way out there because it took me probably a minute to drive in here with thrusters, I think at like close to highest speed. So to swim across there would take several minutes. By the time they even got close to it, they'd be turning around to go around and go backwards anyway. So anyway, that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, please click the like button and let me know in the comments the best place you found to plant a farm. If you aren't subscribed, click that red button and hit the bell so you never miss another video. If you want to see live gameplay, head over to my Twitch, and if you want to support the channel further, become a patron on my Patreon. Link for that and Twitch are in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.